My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. I must inform you that I do not live in this house by myself, but live here with other people. Sometimes other members of the household may have to walk through areas where I might be recording with other family members on the phone. If you hear any noise like that, please feel free to disregard. We are doing our best to get noise canceling equipment, which may at least keep you from hearing exactly what is being said. Thank you for considering. Got to come on to say that there's just some work coming into our hands, and you kind of seen those little last steps I did on those last couple of videos, but there's kind of just, I'd say, a little bit more to kind of really come this way and see what we have. I say that I think I'm going to try to remove a few more saw marks from these puppy dogs and try to take them to where they're just really going to be and see how they're going to do when we get done with, I say, a little bit more extra work now. And with all this that we have, it's just kind of like some little type of ways that we're going to go about little things that we do here. And there was a little step I showed you in the last video. I think I'm going to, on the walnut one, I think I'm going to take it a little bit further on this mahogany one. That is kind of removing a little excess wood from the bellies. Because I tell you, these dogs, they're going to be in a pound one day. I tell you all that there's probably little different products I make under one business, and even think that the way I kind of call my little stuffed animals little Winnie pets, it's also just probably likely that these wooden dogs are going to probably become Jonathan's wooden kennel, because I've already kind of made out a little marquee sign for that, a little logo for that, and how I hope to kind of maybe come around to giving them such a name when it comes down to what the work shall be and what it shall come down right to. And I say that this is just one thing that we got right in our hands, business to deal with, business to take care of. Oh, the people I say in prayer, and oh, time when I was out this morning just kind of getting a little bit of an early lunch and saw this waitress I hadn't seen in a long time, and it was all so good I got to come in for her, because I say that it's just the way her schedule works. Last two Friday nights, which is one time she works, hadn't been able to be in just because of the fact that I had shows to get up early for those two Saturday mornings. Then there was also one Sunday that I kinda had a show to attend. That was 2 weeks ago, and last Sunday, well, I was just a little too tired from all the traveling and stuff. But I tell y'all something, people, it's always good to kind of be able to get out in places and make new good friends for yourselves, because just sometimes in this world, it can kind of be a little bit of a lonely place, and that's what kind of making all the real friendships just has to really be all about, hon. I say that this is just a little good way to take about the little lives we live and things we do. And I say that some little work is just what comes in best for some of us like you and me. And I'd tell you more about it, tell you more about her, and kind of going in the restaurant and having her as my waitress for almost a year, if not a little over a year, and just down to the point where it's all just making a little good sense now and then, just to show a little spirit and time and who you are and what you do. You kind of like make things like that just to show a little construction to you. And I say this is just one little bit of a extra bit of work that we have and do. And I tell you all that this is just one little thing that I say kind of makes good little ways to us. Oh, carving a piece out, it just kind of looks like a good bit of work. I say, serious people. Some of us are serious about our business and work. I tell you all that this little dog is just, can just be a little wooden pet for you. And I say one thing, it's like they always say in those memes, that if you love a real dog and real dogs all chained up, they show you a plush dog and tell you you're better off with this. These days, there's not been a lot of animals in my life I could keep so much because they had all this stuff they required about them and all this stuff that was really meaningful in life and all the things I say that a little work shall make of us to do. And I say that this is just joining in on us to kind of brighten ourselves, to see the will of God in us. And I mean, it's like all the experience we probably lacked, I say. And somebody also could tell me about that. Back in my younger days, I knew a man who was just a year or two younger than I was, and talked about how the will of God could be the happiest place to be. So that was the work. I say at this time, you can kind of see me coming around, taking care of these little insides of the legs and kind of removing excess wood that is a little bit unneeded here. And so it comes down to where we see a little time and place where we're making a piece that's going to shine unto us and all the world. Made some good friends in some places, and I tell you, they always just loved kind of seeing my work in every place they went. I tell you all that I know some people I've met, and from what I hear, they grew up in the hills and didn't really have much Wi-Fi or internet where they were, and let alone do they really know how to run a network or use a network. In my life, I've always been accustomed to having computers, and there's so much more stuff these days you need a phone in order to do. Come along here and kind of remove the wood from the side here. I think we already did that with the mahogany one, and we do it with the walnut one now. And kind of take where we make a little work just come right in its place. And I say that this is just one little wonderful bit of time and work we can put into the effort of a piece. Oh, work is just fashionable. It makes its way to us and we see the light of day. I tell y'all that there's going to be a little more time we'll take here. Maybe even carve this retriever's tail a little bit. Of course, we still have yet to get around the ears, but doesn't hurt to do the tail before the ears sometimes, because you can kind of get a piece just about anywhere you want it to be. And so you see, this is what we've done so far to take the tail to great measures. And I say that it's always been great that I've been able to improve my videos a little bit and see how many new good subscribers could come right onto my channel, you know. And I say that there's going to come a time when I'm going to start improving my thumbnails on my videos, kind of make those a little better, and say that it just kind of works its way down a little good path. And I say that this is just kind of like the way I make things seem when we come down to the work that is always going to be in our hands for the future and the present and the past, because we know that we have memorials these days and we make things to be memorials of the old days. And that's what I'm going to share with you here as we cut along, make out the tail here. Don't know if in the few minutes we have left we're going to have time to really make much more into this pup. So this might even be enough of a demonstration for a single video on, like, as far as the part of making the golden retriever's tail goes. I say that there's just kind of like a little bit of good work in our lives. And I tell you all something, people, seems these days like it gets a little bit relieving just to get away from social media and all the stresses of it, not getting on to correspond or read too much. As you see now, I'm coming upon the dog's hindquarters, removing that wood around there as well. Perhaps we'll come back and do another video where we'll show a little bit more how we do the extra carving when it comes to working around the tail, and removing the extra wood around there is the best thing we kind of need to really do, and see how golden retrievers are such good, wonderful, sweet dogs, I say. And I tell y'all, stories. Heard a lot of stories about these old dogs, but I think for now we might as well get along to the back of the tail, kind of remove some wood from it. It's going to need to be a little bit thinner when we really get down to it, but I say that we're removing the wood from the tail right now, trying to get it a little thinner, like it needs to be, like it ought to be. And so I say this is just kind of some work in the wood carving world where we need a little love and character and friendship and a little bit of time to make things work for real. I say that this will be a busy time coming this way and making things so we see them for the better. And I say that these days, you know, there's a lot of things are not what they used to be. Things change in life. Sometimes we have to change with them. We know that a little work shall be a little awesome way to take a little thing. And I say we've come along this far. maybe in the next video, we will take it a little further. Don't know just yet, just how it's going to be. But this is a time when there's just so much more to share and to say, and I'll have so much to kind of put on you all in life and give you all little good advice on how to work a little things in life and see how good a little time and effort can be. When we work into a piece, it makes a lot of sense. So I wish you all the best. Wish you all to take care. God bless. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you in the next video. Stay tuned.